Welcome back to my YouTube channel, LC Coin World. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and historically important coins in American numismatic history, the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny, a small copper coin that carries within it decades of history, culture, economic change, and collector passion. This episode is designed for serious collectors, history lovers, and anyone who wants to understand why ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary stories and hidden value. So relax, stay with us, and let us take you back in time to mid-20th century America. The Lincoln Wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and for the first time in American history, a real person appeared on a circulating coin. The designer Victor David Brenner created a dignified and thoughtful portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse featured two wheat ears framing the words 1 cent. These wheat stalks symbolized prosperity, agriculture, and national strength, and this design would continue until 1958, becoming one of the longest-running and most beloved coin designs in U.S. history. By the time the year 1956 arrived, the United States was firmly in the post-World War II era. America was experiencing economic growth, suburban expansion, and technological advancement. President Dwight D. Eisenhower was in office. The Cold War shaped global politics, and American factories were operating at full strength, including the United States Mint, which produced billions of coins to support a rapidly growing economy. The penny was essential for daily commerce, used by every citizen from school children to shopkeepers. In the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny was part of this everyday life. The 1956 Wheat penny was struck at 3 different mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia carried no mint mark. Denver coins were marked with a D, and San Francisco coins carried an S. Each mint had its own production characteristics and quality differences, which today play a crucial role in collector value and desirability. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number of coins, followed by Denver and then San Francisco, which often had lower mintages and softer strikes. Composition is one of the most important aspects of the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny. During this period, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving them a rich reddish color when new and a darker brown tone as they aged. This copper content alone makes wheat pennies historically significant, especially when compared to modern zinc-based cents. Collectors often value these older pennies not only for rarity but also for their metal content and traditional manufacturing quality. From a historical standpoint, this 1956 Wheat penny represents stability and tradition. It was produced during a time when American coinage standards were well established. Before the dramatic changes of the 1960s and 1970s, inflation had not yet forced major metal composition changes, and coins were still made to last. Many of these pennies circulated heavily, passing through countless hands, buying newspapers, candy, gasoline, and groceries, which adds to their charm and story. When discussing collector value, it is important to understand that not all 1956 Lincoln Wheat pennies are rare and circulated condition. Millions were produced, and many still exist. However, value increases dramatically when condition, rarity, and errors come into play. Coins that survived in uncirculated or mint state condition are far scarcer because most were used daily and wore down over time. Pennies with full, original luster, sharp details, and no major marks can command significantly higher prices. Error coins are where the 1956 Wheat penny becomes especially exciting for collectors. Errors can include doubled dies off center, strikes, die cracks, repunched mint marks, and planche defects. These errors occurred during the minting process and were not intended, making them unique and highly collectible. Some error varieties have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on severity and condition. The San Francisco Mint, issued 1956. As pennies are often of special interest because they were struck in lower numbers and sometimes exhibit weaker strikes due to worn dies. Finding a sharply struck 1956 Wheat penny in high grade is challenging and desirable, which adds to its premium in the collector market. Grading plays a critical role in determining value. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on strike surface preservation, luster, and overall eye appeal. A small difference in grade can result in a large difference in price, which is why serious collectors invest in proper storage, authentication, and grading. Beyond monetary value, the 1956 Lincoln Wheat penny holds educational and cultural importance. It connects collectors to a time when coins were tools of daily life and symbols of national identity. Studying these pennies teaches us about minting, technology, economic conditions, and artistic standards of mid-century America. For long-term collectors, wheat pennies represent a foundation. Many people begin their numismatic journey with Lincoln cent searching through rolls, jars, and inherited collections. The 1956 issue often appears as a familiar yet underappreciated piece that rewards deeper study, patience, and knowledge. As we continue this video, we will later explore detailed grading examples, known error varieties, auction results, preservation tips, and how to identify authentic high-value specimens, because understanding coins like the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny is not just about money. It is about preserving history, appreciating craftsmanship, and recognizing the hidden stories found in everyday objects. Stay with LC Coin World as we continue uncovering the true legacy of America's most iconic 1-cent coin.